Hey guys, so for today's video I wanted to do a first impression and a review on Tarte's Rainforest of the Sea foundation and concealer. And to start off, I'm just going to prime my face with my usual primers. So I'm going to be using the Smashbox Primer Water. I really like this. It makes my face feel like way more hydrated. Then on top of that, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Hangover Primer, and I like this as well because I am dry and I feel like it just gives me like more moisture, and the two together, I just really like how they make my skin feel. So I usually do about a pump and a half, and then I warm it up in my fingers, and then I kind of like dab and swipe. Like I start off in my problem areas first. That one hurts. It looks painful and it hurts too. So I start off in my problem areas and then I work the rest of it around my face. So I guess I picked a good day to do a foundation review because my face is all sorts of messed up. I'm going to assume it's from hormones because I've never had this issue before. That's a long story. That's a whole video in its own. But so just to give you some background information on the Tarte foundation, this says it's a lightweight, full coverage, hydrating foundation infused with Tarte's Rainforest of the Sea complex and non-chemical SPF 15 sunscreen. And it also says water foundation. I don't really know what that means, but this says it's supposed to deliver the ultimate in hydration boosting coverage with Tarte's 12-hour water foundation. The concentrated full coverage fluid formula features 20% water to quench dry skin as it covers and masks any redness, which I guess we'll find out, dark spots, and uneven skin tone while softening the look of pores and fine lines. The custom dropper applicator delivers the perfect level of moisture-rich coverage, an array of shades to match any skin tone. So I picked up the shade Fair Neutral, and I think it might be the lightest one, but I'm not sure. So this says the suggested use is to dispense directly onto a foundation brush, then gently buff into the skin in circular motions. For light coverage, use 1 to 2 drops. For medium to full coverage, use 3 to 4 drops. Then it also says for perfect airbrush effect, apply with Tarte's double-ended foundation brush, which I don't have. So I decided I'm just going to do one side with the Beauty Blender and then the other side with a brush so we can see which looks better. And then I just wanted to tell you what was in it. It says it has the Rainforest of the Sea complex, which has vitamin E, water, glycerin, a bunch of things I can't pronounce. I think that says algae and marine flower extracts. Okay, so that's the background information on the foundation, so let's go ahead and give it a try. I hope it's as hydrating as it says because I am like really dry, and I'm extra dry right now because I've been using Proactive, and it's been helping my face, but it's also been like destroying it at the same time. So this is what the bottle looks like. It's like that frosted glass, I guess you would say, and I really like the packaging. So I'm going to shake it up. And then what did it say? It said 4 drops for, oh. So this is the applicator. So I guess you just push down on the top and then, so that's, I don't like that. That's kind of difficult. So I guess we'll see. So I'll just do 1, 2, 3. And then we'll do one side with the Beauty Blender first. Well, I don't know. The Beauty Blender just sucked up all the product. Look, it took all my product. So maybe using a Beauty Blender isn't going to work. So it said 3 to 4 drops would be medium to full coverage, right? So I did 3-ish drops, and that is definitely like light coverage. So maybe using a sponge isn't going to work, but let's try painting it on the face first and then blending it out with the Beauty Blender and see if that helps. So again, I guess we'll just do 1, 2, 2.5. And then let's try this. Okay, round 2. That seemed to help a little bit, but it still seems to be sucking up the majority of the foundation. So that's the side with the Beauty Blender, and I had to use, what was that, 6 drops-ish, and then that's the side with nothing. So I would say this was like light to medium coverage with the sponge. It didn't even cover that, so. Okay, so we'll do the other side with the brush. So for the other side, I'm gonna be using this Tarte foundation buffer brush. It came in a holiday brush set, I think it was last year. So we'll just do the same on that side. So 1, 2, 3, we'll do 4. 4. I really don't like that dropper. So let's try this. Again, it just like, there's no way that 4 drops is full coverage. There's no way. Look, like the brush, it's almost like the brush sucked up the product too. Okay, so that was 4 drops. And it did the same as the Beauty Blender. So this side looks way more splotchy. So I don't think using a brush is a good idea. Yeah, okay, so I'm not gonna do the brush. I feel like I've already wasted so much foundation, so I'm gonna do, I don't even know, I just did like a big old glop. So usually with foundation, you either like with a brush or you like with the Beauty Blender. You normally don't get the same result on both sides from 2 different ways of applying it, but today must be my lucky day, right? So I'm just gonna go back to painting it on and then blending it out with the Beauty Blender. But so far, I mean, maybe if my skin wasn't such a disaster right now, I would probably really like this foundation, but since I have a lot to cover up, I am not liking it. I think that this would be like the perfect summertime foundation, but not so far, not winter, and not if you have a lot to cover up, that's for sure. Oh, it's like, what is going on here? I just don't know. I think it has a nice finish. It's definitely more natural finish. There's a little bit of sheen, but not really. I expected this foundation to be a little bit more dewy, and it just kind of makes me look flat, I feel. And it like didn't cover anything. Like, I don't know. I don't think I like this. Like I said, I think if I didn't have all of this, like all this acne pimple right here where I needed to cover up, I think I would really like this foundation. It kind of reminds me of the Lumi foundation with the coverage, just minus the Lumi part, because like I said, this makes me feel like I just look flat. Like, I'm not digging it. not digging it. And we had to use, what, 12 drops to just get like a medium coverage. This isn't even full coverage. And we had to use like 12 drops. And according to the Sephora description, we only needed 4. So I'm a little disappointed in that. So I also picked up the concealer. And the concealer says it also has the algae and the marine flower extracts. I really hope that says algae. This says it helps reduce the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, while smoothing and softening skin's appearance. Vitamin E acts as a natural preservative, emollient, and antioxidant. And it has the exact same, almost the exact same ingredients as the foundation. This says it's a lightweight 12-hour concealing serum with skin smoothing benefits that provides targeted medium buildable coverage. Well, and it says it locks in radiance, hides imperfections, and hydrates your skin with the concealing serum, formulated with concentrated levels of pigments suspended in deep conditioning serum. It contains 20% water to deliver the coverage you desire while moisturizing the skin. And then it just says apply it directly from the custom applicator wand to mask any redness or dark spots. And it says that this has cucumber, known for its calming and soothing properties, and coconut because it delivers intense moisture and is known for antibacterial and conditioning properties. So let's go ahead and try that, I guess. I don't really have any high hopes. I had high hopes for that foundation though, because it said it was for dry skin. So again, it's the same bottle, just smaller. So I'm gonna shake it up. And I got the color light. So it has like the same wand as the Tarte Shape Tape. So I guess let's do this. I'm just gonna apply it how I would normally apply my concealer, and so far this concealer looks darker than the foundation. Don't you love that when the lightest shade of concealer is actually darker than the lightest shade of foundation? Like, okay. I'm going to start off with that much first, and then I'm going to do one side blending it in with the Beauty Blender, and then the other side with the concealer buffing brush I always use. So let's do this. My Beauty Blender is ripped, but I refuse to throw it away. I feel like that gave me no coverage. Like, I can still see redness. I don't see any coverage right there. So far this review is not going how I thought. Like, honestly, I think I'm gonna have to take all of this makeup off. So the other side, I'm gonna use the Morphe E45 to blend in the concealer on this side, and actually this is working way better. So this is keeping the coverage. It looks like the Beauty Blender took away all of the concealer on the other side. So you can see like the brush left all the concealer and the Beauty Blender literally took it away. So I guess for the concealer, you're gonna need to use a brush. Well, if you're normal to dry like I am right now, because that Beauty Blender, it just took it all. This concealer though is like really dark. I feel like I should have mixed in like a little bit of a white concealer just to alter the color a little bit, because it's a little dark for me right now. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more concealer on the other eye since the Beauty Blender stole it, and then I'm just gonna blend it in with the brush. And I feel like the concealer just oxidized on my skin. Weird. Do concealers oxidize? I've always heard that some foundations do, but I've never heard of concealers doing that until this concealer. I feel like I need a little bit more. Wow. I don't think I've ever had this many issues with a foundation and a concealer before. Ever in my life. I don't think so. So I think I could work with the concealer as long as I blended it in with a brush. It's definitely not my favorite. And I mean, it did cover up these red spots more than the foundation, but I can still see this one. I don't know. So far, I don't see myself grabbing this until the summertime because it's definitely not full coverage. Definitely not. Weird, and I feel like that just pulled it off. What's happening here? Oh my gosh. So that's what we're working with here. I mean, it looks nice on camera, but in person I feel like I have better. Like I definitely, at this point, I do not think it's worth the money. Again, like maybe I need to try it again in the summertime, but right now, So I guess we'll go ahead and set the concealer how I normally would. So I'm gonna be using MAC Emphasize Pro Powder. And I'm gonna get out these wrinkles first. Let's see what happens here. So we'll go ahead and set the concealer. Hopefully this will help brighten it up too. So I'm just gonna set everything how I normally would if I'm doing my makeup. That's how I like to test it out. So it looked like it brightened it up a little bit with that powder. So the only thing I didn't do that I would normally do is put down a salmon color eye corrector before I put down a concealer, but I wanted to see the coverage of the concealer first and I didn't want that to alter it because I know sometimes it does. So that's the only thing that I didn't do that I would normally have done. And then I also didn't use an under eye powder either because again I wanted to see like how it would set, which is like a normal powder. So setting it looks better to me. I'm still not like amazed at all. And this, the way it like clung to that pimple right there, it looks like there's a whitehead and there's not. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit on the sides of my nose. Okay, so that is the concealer set, I think. No, it is sticky, so I'm gonna have to set it. I thought for a second I could get away without setting it, but to set the rest of my face, I'm just gonna go in with this Lancome translucent powder. I've been really liking this because I feel like it gives my face like a subtle glow without like taking away from the foundation too much. The only thing that like throws me off though is it's translucent, but it's like a nude color. But when you put it on the skin, it like disappears. It like melts into the skin, so it's kind of weird. So I'm just gonna dip my powder brush in there. And I always like to dip it in there and then put it in my hand and just kind of swirl it around like so. And then just tap it into the skin. And I usually stay away from the areas that I set the concealer because I want that to be brighter. So I just concentrate on the areas where I know I'm going to contour and bronze and put blush. So that way the rest of my face products glide on easier and they don't go on muddy. And then with like nothing on it, then I'll go over the concealer just so it all kind of matches. I really like this powder. Like I said, it is deceiving because it says translucent and it has a color to it, but I really like it. It doesn't take away from the foundation at all. So this is what it looks like when it is set with loose powder and the concealer is set with pressed powder. I mean, it looks okay, but I just can't get over the fact that it like barely covered any of this to me in person. Like when I look at the viewfinder, it looks it looks good, but when I look up close, I feel like I can still see things that I don't really like. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face, and I will be back and let you know my thoughts. So this is me with all of my makeup on. I do like how everything laid on top of the foundation. I'm still not 100% sold, but only because of this area down here. But I do think it looks like more natural on the skin as opposed to some of the other foundations that I have. So my feelings have changed a little bit more towards that I do like it. I am a little upset that the direction said that 4 drops would be full coverage, and then I showed you how we had to end up using, I think, 12 drops to just get like a medium coverage. Like, to me, this isn't full coverage, but I will update you guys throughout the day and let you know how it wears. I believe I got done at 1:30, but now that I'm done with everything, it is 1:53. Look, it's me. It's a 1:53 right now, and I will check in throughout the day. Hey guys, so I wanted to show you what the foundation and concealer look like with natural light. So I ran outside real quick, and this is what it looks like. I think it looks pretty good. I'll zoom you in. So this is with natural light. It's kind of dark. Maybe I'll move up a little more. I don't want to get it too much sun in it because then I'll just blow it out and you won't be able to see like that. Hold on. So I don't know if that's any better. Let me see if I can find a better spot. Oh, back here. My neighbors probably think I'm crazy. So it looks like I'm gonna get the same lighting on either side of my house. So hopefully you can see it. All right, I'll see you guys in a moment. Hey guys, so I'm checking in. I've had the foundation on for about 5 hours. It's almost 7 o'clock. I don't know if you can see that, but I am getting a little oily on my forehead, so I probably need to powder, but the rest of it looks pretty good. Oh no, the lighting is bad. Oh well. So I'm gonna use a little bit of my Maybelline FitMe Matte and Poreless, and this is in the shade 120. I think. Oh, that made me matte super fast. This pimple did not stay covered up though, so it sucks, but oh well. Hey guys, so I'm back for my final review. It is 10 o'clock exactly, and so I've had this foundation on for about 8.5 hours-ish, and I don't see myself grabbing this at all until the summertime, to be honest, or until I can get rid of all of this, because if I didn't have anything to cover up, I think that this would be like a really good foundation. I only had to powder 1 time, so that was good. Maybe a little bit more there, but that could be the MAC Emphasize, I'm not sure. But I really like it. I just don't think it's gonna work for me, like I said, when I have all this like acne that I need to cover. But I think it is a really beautiful foundation. I'm probably not gonna grab it until around the summertime or maybe like springtime. I don't notice it being any more hydrating than any of my other foundations, so I don't know about that. The other thing I didn't really like is I didn't like that the concealer was darker than the shade of foundation that I have, and that was like the lightest color of concealer that you could purchase, so I don't really like that. I feel like the concealer reminds me of the Maybelline Fit Me in a way, and the foundation reminds me of Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk in a way. Like those are just like the 2 types that come to mind. What else? I think that's about it. I mean, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it, but I don't think I would repurchase it. So I guess that's all that matters, right? Alright, well I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys in my next videos. Bye!